Welcome to Office Hours.
I'm Zach.
This is Zach, and I am Pods, or Janessa, whatever you want to call me. Whatever happened to our little name tags?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday! Hope you guys are having a great Friday. We are here to talk to you about Instagram. This is the Instagram episode.
Yes, Instagram is very important because it is like the new social media thing right now, and it's all visual. If you ever taken an English class and know about, visual rhetoric or visual argumentation, then you would know about Instagram just a little bit. But yeah, company announcements. TwitchCon is in 2 weeks. Me and Janessa are going to be there. So is Oliver and Audrey and Omid. If you want to meet with any of us, just feel free to reach out through the website or just through Twitter. Through the OP group account.
You could also hit us up on Instagram.
Yes, Instagram too. Slide into those DMs.
Do you have your Instagram DMs open?
I do have my Instagram DMs open.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
It's the Wild West out there.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to meet with us, just add us, and we should be there for the whole time. It's going to be super fun. Mm-hmm. And hi, everybody that's in the chat. Merlin, McStabby, Fearless, Audrey, SAMCRO, welcome.
SAMCRO reminds me of Sons of Anarchy. I've been watching that show. I'm on season 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They call SAMCRO the Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle Club Redwood Original. Yeah.
Well,
Sons of Anarchy.
The W for?
I don't know. Good question. Mr. McStabby says, can said meeting be at a bar? 100%?
Yeah, sure.
No, not for me. I don't drink.
Nope.
Yes, that's a lie. I drink. Meetings can be at the
You
bar.
have a drink right there.
I have a drink right here.
We don't drink.
Cheers. But yeah, we'll be at TwitchCon. Half of our clients are going. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for it. Just make sure you come to TwitchCon prepared. Know about safety. I think we've talked about safety in the past, about conventions. Make sure you know the exits. Make sure you know everything you need to know about the convention floor, and get yourself a map if possible. But yeah, we'll be there, and we're looking forward to meeting with you guys there, and it's going to be a hell of a time.
Agreed. Also, hi, Nick. Hi, JB Magic. Don't know. I think I said hi. JB Magic is going to TwitchCon. So if you're going, you buy your ticket, you'll get that little 18 badge. We are actually going to be talking about TwitchCon next week. The next week's episode is the TwitchCon episode. Mm-hmm. So we'll teach you how to be prepared, how to maximize your time while you're there, and all that jazz. But today it's Instagram. So our first topic is why Instagram matters.
Yeah, so Instagram matters mainly because it's a new platform that's just exploded, I think a couple years ago, and is still continuing to grow as a social platform in 2018. Twitter and Facebook have been around for a really long time, and Instagram was one of those things that just popped up. I think Facebook owns Instagram, right?
It does, yeah. Facebook bought Instagram for a fairly cheap price, I believe, now in retrospect.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely, a very popular social media platform. It's also unique in its own ways that it focuses on photos. They just recently added clips. There's a bunch of different, social media elements that add to it, linking it to. I've seen some Instagram posts that are linked to campaigns and stuff like that, where you can get special filters that reflect on a company's campaign. I think this happened with Snapchat, but they do it with Instagram too. They'll have special filters for World of Warcraft, where you can kind of use an orc, a horde or alliance filter. It's really cool. A lot of companies are looking for really interesting ways to do stuff on social media because it just expands your reach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one thing about Instagram that is a little bit different than the rest of the social medias is how much engagement happens. Mm-hmm. And there's also opportunity for direct sales. Now, of course, we don't encourage our streamers to be salespeople per se, but there are a lot of companies doing work on Instagram because they sell off of Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it really easy for a company to be like, oh, we are going to pay you to do a promoted post and your people are going to see it. They're going to see you. This happens a lot with like merchandise, like clothing, because it's very easy for somebody that's browsing through Instagram to be like, oh, that's what she's wearing. Let me go check out their feed. Oh, they're cool. Let me just follow them and I'll see if I want anything in the future.
Yeah, like, do any of you guys like have a good Instagram account or like are active on Instagram? Like, it's really cool to know that a lot of people in the gaming space are taking use to it, just because it's like a completely different form of social media in the sense that the focus is on photos. Kind of like Twitter. You know, what I think Twitter is a lot of like crafting like quality content, but like kind of like just like you being yourself and like sharing your opinions with the world and just all that. Just kind of like also, it's also really good for discussing stuff in the industry that we're in. A lot of like talks happen on Twitter. Instagram is a little bit different because it's more about focusing on like quality photos and kind of like producing good content that people can look at. But there's a lot of like networking opportunities in Instagram as well. You can find like there's an explore button on Instagram that lets you kind of connect with things that you might like based on their search engine optimization. And surprisingly, there's a lot of engagement with something that's really focused on photos. Oftentimes, I'll see a lot of companies that are starting up, like, you know, show off their work in Instagram, and it's not really like focused on any certain industry. It goes very wide. Like, right for now, I follow a car detailer, right, and he has.
Really?
Yeah, I do. He's a local car detailer, and he posts like a ton of stuff. A ton of like photos and videos of him detailing like really nice cars and doing a really good job.
Nice.
He'll post like, you know, just quick snapshots and screenshots of some reviews just to kind of get like the word out there for his company. And, you know, the same thing can be applied with live streaming. So, you know, like you're already on Twitch and you might already have an audience. If you can expand that to a different platform, it just helps you, you know, get the word out, right? And Instagram is also a great way to just kind of like, you know, spread your content outside of streaming as well.
I agree. One thing that I do before I'm streaming is I always put up an Instagram story. And so if you have above 10,000 Instagram followers, what you can do is you can like tell people to swipe up to visit a web page. I'm not exactly there yet, but I still put the link in and let them know that I'm streaming. The reason for that is like when I go back and I check my analytics and I see how many people saw my stories at the end of the day, it's like 350 people. So even if they're not like going to my stream, they're still reminded in their head like, oh yeah, she's a streamer. I gotta check out her stream one day. And then sometimes they actually do like, oh, she's streaming, let me go check it out. So considering how long it takes to do an Instagram story, it's like literally 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. I think that it's something every streamer should be doing. It's still a social media that I think streamers are sleeping on, which is why we're talking about it today. So a couple of stats. We have over 13% of the world's population is now on Instagram. Again, it's backed by Facebook. So if Facebook is, I would arguably say Facebook's the most popular social media. I would say Instagram's right underneath it.
Definitely.
And they're owned by the same company, and there's also a lot of integrations. So one thing that I have is an Instagram business profile. And in order to set that up, it's super easy, but you need a Facebook page.
Do you?
You do.
Wow.
So, you know, it's kind of like Big Brother. The Facebook is like pushing Facebook on Instagram. But you link it up with a Facebook page. An Instagram business profile is free. It gives you a lot of analytics. But what it also lets you do is if I make an Instagram story or an Instagram post, it can auto post to my Facebook page or vice versa. So if I put something on Facebook, then it automatically goes to my Instagram, which is a pretty cool time saver.
The beauty of like Instagram is like the content. Like I think before, like our our idea of Instagram was like, oh, it's a place where you can look at people like take pictures of food or take pictures of like themselves
I
and
always
like post
take pictures
selfies.
of food.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's just more content. But like recently with the addition of like stories and the addition of clips and allowing you to kind of like swipe left and right to see like multiple pictures in one post, there's tons of different types of content on Instagram that's, you know, all visual and also very engaging. It also definitely helps increase like your worth when it comes to content creation. Some examples is I follow a ton of different like accounts on Instagram, and I think you should too if you're looking to, you know, grow in the space and just kind of get an idea of what to do. I follow a lot of meme accounts. I'm not gonna lie, I follow a lot of meme accounts because like
you enjoy the memes.
I love looking at memes, right? And like I'll just be really bored and in my bed someday, and I'll just go down my timeline. I'll see some like really funny memes, and I'm just laughing at them, even though they're really stupid. But I've noticed that a lot of these meme accounts, they're starting to get like noticed by sponsors because they grow, they get really popular, and they're reaching like a huge audience of people. Even though it's, you know, none of this content really requires any money because Instagram is completely free. I have been seeing a lot of sponsored work on Instagram, not just from ads, but also from like organic posts. You'll kind of see like, you'll even see it from meme accounts, right? I saw a post the other day with, you know, some really stupid meme on it, but they were actually referring to like a company's, they were referring to a company's, I think, clothing line, something like that. And they do that just because, you know, it's another way to reach their audiences. And hi, Bradflo, how are you doing?
Hi, Brad. Hi, Jebediah.
I've never seen that badge before. What is that?
That's H1Z1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure.
That's really cool. It's a global badge.
So what's your favorite meme right now?
I don't have a favorite meme. It just changes like every single day.
Oh, I'm very fond of the bongo cat.
The bongo cat. Actually, that is a quality meme. I love the bongo cat.
I wish I could be bongo cat for Halloween.
Yes.
It'd be a good idea.
That's a good idea. For Halloween, I'm probably gonna be. Me and my girlfriend, we're gonna do a Handmaid's Tale thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's gonna be a handmaid, and she's gonna be called Off Zachary. I'm gonna call her Off Zachary the entire night. I'm not sure if you guys watch Handmaid's Tale. It's a terrible show about terrible things, but yeah, it's happening.
A lot of people are like super into that show.
Yeah, or Handmaid's Tale. Sorry, Handmaid's Tale, not Handmaiden.
Oh really?
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. What is the moth meme?
The moth meme.
Is she just making fun of the moth that was in your Pokey?
Oh, the moth meme.
What is the moth meme?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm like behind on the social medias.
Maybe Instagram is a little bit farther behind than 9gag. I see. Just hanging about. Is this about Instagram's applications to Twitch users or just general tips? Both, Brad. Both. I think the last topic we're going to talk about is how we can connect it to your stream. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about Instagram or have any things that you want us to touch on, this is a two-way street, two-way conversation. You can ask in the chat or you can ask on Twitter, #AskOPG over there.
Yep. Yeah, definitely applying it to Twitch is a great idea. I think just for content creators in general, I think that's why, you know, we're saying that it's general tips and for Twitch users is because IG can apply to everybody, just like how Twitter applies to everybody. So interesting ways I've seen, you know, like IG work with Twitch is a lot of content creators will, you know, often have like Instagram accounts and maybe do stories when they're, you know, maybe on the downtime of their stream, right? So sometimes they'll do an Instagram post of like being outside, right? And they're like, oh, I'm heading home, about to go stream right now. Catch me like 3:00 p.m. Yeah. Stuff like that. Just like showcasing their lives like outside of the stream is another like great way to engage their audiences. And you know, like especially when the stream is over, like some people aren't set up for cooking streams, for example, right? So a really cool idea would be like to finish your stream, go have dinner, and just kind of like post your entire like cooking, like your dinner cooking thing on your Instagram story.
Yeah. One thing that I really like to do is like I pitch my Instagram at the end of stream, like when I'm saying goodbye, because it's like a way for them to follow up. Just be like, hey, my next stream is not until 3 more days, but if you want to chat, you want to talk, hit me up on Instagram, watch my stories, blah, blah, blah. And then it also helps your community stay connected with you when you're not streaming. We all need time off, and we encourage our casters to take a couple of days off. So if you're just documenting your real life as you're going on, then you're still getting that community engagement without feeling guilty that like, oh, I took a day off.
Pastor Jebediah asks, what's the point in having a business Instagram rather than a normal one? That's a good question. I think, in my opinion, like, as a content creator, you shouldn't have like a separate Instagram. I think I've noticed a lot of people taking most of their personal stuff like into Facebook and keeping that really closed off when it comes to social media. But I think, you know, as a content creator, like having just one Instagram that people can come to is very important. And maybe for any business inquiries, just add your business email to your bio or something like that.
Well, I think what he's talking about is making making your Instagram account the business Instagram. So linking it to the Facebook page. And there's a couple of reasons, and I just pulled up my account just to show you. So one thing is that you get a little thing at the bottom. So if you look at mine, I don't know if you can read this. You probably can't. It says Pods of War, and right underneath it says Gaming Video Creator. So that's one thing. Someone's checking out my profile, they know right away what I am. If you have a shop, it'll say like clothing merchandise or like actress or something, right? So you get that little extra space in your bio to immediately tell them who you are. You also get, like Audrey says, you get extra analytics and insights. I can go to my stories and I can see how many people saw it. I can see how many people skipped it or exited, or how many people engaged with it, which means did they send it to somebody else? Did they reply to me and like send me a DM? So you get those numbers, and you can also do promoted posts. So one post that I promoted was this picture right here, and you literally pay to promote it. So I paid $5. I think I ran the campaign for a week, and it just got in front of people that are not following me. And then it tells you the insights about that as well. You can also add business hours, a phone number, and an address to your bio. So I, for one, have my P.O. box on my bio, so people can send me presents, or if a business wants to send me something to review, or the chance at reviewing something, then my address is right there, really easy to find.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's free. It's free to have a business one. I would suggest it to any streamer. Like, there's no real side effect or downside unless you hate Facebook.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna create a business account myself. That just seems like a really good idea.
Did I change you?
Yeah, you changed
you to the
me.
business dark side?
I did not know you could do that. I just use Instagram pretty casually, but you know, the whole like linking your Facebook account thing to make it a business account is really cool.
Yeah.
JB Magic asks, is there such a thing as too much social media? If I have something I want to post, is it harmful to post it across all of social media? Or only posting food, for example, on Instagram, going live posts across all media, and selfies on Discord? So I think, you know, I don't think there's such thing as like too much social media, unless like you're literally spamming like your Instagram timeline, like, you know, by the hour. That can kind of like, you know, clog up people's timelines, and it would just be creating a little bit too much within like the same time frame. But I do think it's a great idea to post across all social media, but it's also a good idea to, you know, diversify that content, right? Like you can have a going live post on Twitter, and it could be like, you know, just you talking about going live, maybe like a GIF or whatever, maybe a picture of you booting up the stream, or even a clip of you booting up the stream. And then on Instagram, you want that to be kind of like completely diversified content. I would say you would want it to be like things maybe outside the stream, or something behind the scenes of your stream. There's just a ton of like different things you can do. And if you're looking to learn more about like how Instagram works, definitely hit the explore button. Follow a bunch of things that you like a bunch of hobbies that you might be into, a bunch of stuff that you might like to see. Sorry, GIF. Did I say no? GIF.
GIF. GIF is
GIF.
the correct way.
GIF is the correct way. Sorry, but yeah, definitely like follow a bunch of people that you like on Instagram if they have one, a bunch of hobbies, and just hit the explore button and just see like the wide variety of content that you can find.
She likes it GIF. I like it GIF, Audrey. Deal with it. Sorry, Audrey and I completely derailed. You're really good.
It's okay. I just
message.
I don't know who to believe anymore. I don't know who to trust.
Okay, I think that the GIF creator said that it was Jif like the peanut butter, but the rest of us reject that.
Okay.
Apparently, Audrey doesn't.
I believe the creator.
You believe the creator?
I believe the creator.
I would, piggybacking on what Zach said, I would only say that too much social media would only happen if it's taking you a lot of time. But I don't think there's ways to, to make that not happen. I don't know. Like, for me, it's always better to be as diversified as possible, because people have their preferences. We all have that one person who's like, I don't use Twitter. It's like, okay, great. How can I get that person on Facebook or Instagram? Or like, what do you use? Do you use Snapchat? There's just different favorites. And that's one of the reasons why I think Instagram is so slept on by streamers, because all the streamers know that they need a Twitter. But where are we getting the audience that's on Facebook, that's on Instagram, and where are we finding those people and like teaching them what Twitch is? So that's been my goal with finding Instagram. And there's definitely people that have found me through Instagram that have never heard about what Twitch was before, and I'm their first Twitch streamer they've ever seen, which is pretty special. It's pretty cool. Okay, we're still arguing about GIF and GIF.
Yes, McStabby's unfollowing me. Well, I'm blocking you.
The creator is not a linguist. Oh my gosh. Pretty great word.
JB Magic says, I feel so a going live post, for example, should be a different post, image, GIF, content on each social media. Yeah, I would say so, just because, like, it makes it so, like, it shows that your audience that, like, it's worth following you on every single social media account that you have.
Yeah.
If you're doing the same type of content on Facebook, and you're doing the same type of content on Twitter and Instagram, then there's no reason for them to follow you on all of them, right? Like, it's a great idea to make sure that you're diversifying your content, just because like it makes it more worth to follow you on certain platforms.
Yep. Aw, thanks, Brad. So what I do is Twitter tends to like pictures that are landscape, and so I will take like a screenshot of me, and like I will take a screenshot of OBS, like my camera and my overlay and everything when I'm starting to stream, and I usually post that as a photo, and then I literally take my phone out and I post my Instagram story. I do this all while I'm streaming. The reason why is because it's the beginning of stream. Everybody knows, like, hey, Pods is going to post now, and then you can tell your audience, retweet my Twitter that I just posted, follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram. If you're worried that this is going to take too much time away from your actual stream, just do it on stream.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Mr. Hanbro says, but much like Facebook, who now is on Instagram, it's an aging platform which is failing to keep up with people's needs. Not to mention the original creators have now left. To be honest, it's because of Facebook. I believe with the constant security issues and bad algorithm changes that Facebook and Instagram are not going to survive the next 3 to 5 years. Yeah, I mean, there's that possibility. I think, like in my opinion, I think Instagram is here to stay, just because, like a lot of people use it, just like how a lot of people use Twitter, right? Like a lot of celebrities use it. It's huge. It seems like a growing platform. Yes, they might need to improve, their security measures over time, and I think they always have room to do that because they're constantly growing. But as a content creator, I think it's important to just use whatever platform you can have to grow your channel, and just diversify your content.
Yeah.
The more you spread it out, I'd say the better.
Yeah, and I don't see another platform that's going to rival it anytime soon.
Yeah. I think there was this weird platform that tried to launch it. I think it was called Vero. Was that it?
Oh,
Vero?
yeah,
It was
Vero.
like Vero or Vero.
All the streamers were like posting about it.
Yeah, so I remember I tried that platform for a bit, and it kind of it was just really weird. I couldn't quite understand it very well. It seemed kind of like you can have like groups of like friends that can only see certain types of your content, but it tried to basically blend like Twitter, it tried to blend Instagram and Facebook all in one thing, and it just kind of like, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like it's been doing very well.
Yeah.
I can't really think of a lot of people that opened an account and continued to use it.
No, because something weird was happening with the founder.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I don't know, something bad. Something came out about him, and they were like, we don't support Vero anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing that could rival it is maybe Vine 2, which people are teasing. The founder of Vine is like teasing Vine 2, but it's like hasn't come out.
Oh yeah.
We all miss Vine.
I do actually. That's a great example of like a social media platform that seems to be doing very well. Vine. I think Vine. It was interesting because the content was revolved around was it 6-8 second videos?
Yeah.
And people could create stuff like that and just kind of like have really fun like clips that were just like really quick. Like you would hop on one Vine, hop on another, and eventually you're down like this crazy social media, this crazy Vine like rabbit hole where you're just constantly watching hilarious clips. I think in my opinion, one of the reasons why Vine was made kind of like obsolete was just because Snapchat and Instagram just added like longer video clips to their thing, and people just liked it. Like they added it in the sense where it's still like a limited clip, but it could continue through like little blocks.
Yeah. But it's interesting because like the limitations of Vine is also what made it so good, because it was like, how did they put this together? How is this so funny with it being so short? So that was also like in its charm. I agree with Audrey. I think that Vine was a little too ahead of its time, because now it's super popular and we're all like, where's Vine? Vine is amazing. But it died for a reason. It died because people weren't using it.
Yeah, Pals of Wonder and Hanbrolo were talking about like how the YouTube, like a lot of the famous like YouTube personalities like are former Vine stars, and a lot of them are really funny. A lot of them actually end up becoming like influencers too, like really big influencers. I think one of them is Jay Versace. He's that really funny looking kid. He's like the face of like Sprite now. Like every time I see Sprite, I see Jay Versace, and I think like, oh my God, that guy just used to make like Vines all the time. But like that's why I think it's important to like spread your content across like all these platforms, because like while you can definitely tie that into like Twitch streaming, you could also create like completely different types of content to appeal to completely different types of audiences. I know, I think like Instagram is very, it has a huge variety of different types of content, and it appeals to many different types of audiences too. You have like people who are focusing on certain industries, like gaming industries. There's people focusing on modeling, people focusing on like hobbies, all that type of stuff. And getting into that is very beneficial for everybody, I think.
Agreed. You can also, something new that Instagram just rolled out is you can now follow hashtags. So you don't I don't just follow Zach. I could follow like hashtag AskOPG, and those hashtags are a great way to get into other people's feeds that don't follow you. If you think about Twitter versus Instagram, it's a little difficult, because Twitter, you're gonna see things from people you don't follow. If Zach likes a tweet, maybe it's gonna show up on my feed. But Instagram, your timeline is only people you follow unless you go over to the explore page. So if you follow a hashtag, which is what we're going to be seeing a lot more of. Instagram just announced it, just implemented it. So there's going to be a lot of like more call to actions to follow a certain hashtag. That way you can find more types of people.
Yeah, and actually, I just recently tried doing this, and I think it's really, really cool because I don't know how, the algorithms work or how these things appear on your feed, but I follow, like, for example, like hashtag streetwear, right? And every time I go down my line, every time I go down my timeline, I'll like see random accounts posting on that hashtag that are actually like really like high quality photos. And like, it'll contain a lot of stuff that I like, and it kind of influences me to go check those things out.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I like, that's fashion.
I like that shirt. That's
Let me
a
go
real
buy
cool
that
shirt.
shirt.
I'm going to go buy that shirt.
It's,
Yeah,
the internet is an amazing place.
Also, I think a good tip for people who post on Instagram, I don't think you should also saturate your posts with tags either. Just because it doesn't look great when you have you can have like an amazing description, but if you scroll down to the bottom of that description and just see like millions of hashtags, like it's just gonna look overly saturated, and it's gonna look like you're just trying for followers. Best advice for a streamer to post on Instagram. How will I post as much? Sorry, I missed that question. Do you manage to catch it?
No.
Oh, no.
Barry pushed it up.
Barry pushed it up. Hi, Barry.
Barry, thank you for the sub.
But yeah, I guess
Thank you so much.
a good tip I would say to post as an Instagram streamer. I mean, as a streamer, is kind of just like look into posting stuff that you wouldn't do in your stream. Just because it diversifies your content. Some pretty cool ideas would be to kind of like post about like going live and stuff like that. Let's say you're done with your stream and you have to go eat dinner. You can do like you can like basically capture your entire like cooking process on Instagram and save that as a story.
Yeah, and I feel like unless you're like a super curated Instagram account, you get to choose. My advice is to just be you and who you are as a personality. The thing with Twitch and streaming is it's very authentic. So I can literally post anything. Like, oh, I can post about my workplace because they know where I work. Or I can post about me getting ready for stream or my food because they follow me. Versus like if you're following a brand, then a brand's not going to post about what they ate that day.
Exactly.
Oh, also to touch on what Hanbrello was saying, that people like spam hashtags or whatever. In case you didn't know, Instagram only takes the first 10 hashtags that you mention. You can't post more than 10. So you want them to be as relevant as possible, because if they're irrelevant, people aren't going to like it. They're going to be like, why did I searched for food. Why is this outfit showing up on the food? I don't like this.
Yeah.
And another way to get it to look less spammy is you post your you post your caption, and then you can post your hashtags in the comments. And it will still show up the same. So that way you're not like spamming it. It doesn't look gross. So that's a little trick right there. But these questions are great because it brings us over to fire number 2.
We're on fire number 2. It just didn't show up here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. With some tips on Instagram. So,
yeah.
IG basics. Studies have shown that 1 to 2 posts per day is optimal, but finding the best time to post is a key factor to account for. If you have an Instagram business account, you can see once you start posting, once you start getting those likes rolling in on your analytics, you can see which day you're most popular. So that I'm trying to remember how to get to it really quickly.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I keep going.
Go ahead.
Friday and Tuesday are way bigger days for me than the rest. So I know that if I want to maximize the engagement, I should be posting on a Friday or Tuesday. Also, that's going to vary on your audience. It's not going to be the same answer for everybody. It's going to depend on your time zone. Another thing that I've started to think about as a streamer is like, maybe you should be posting at the optimal times that you're going to be live, because you're going to attract the people that are using Instagram. Say like if I stream at 6 p.m. at night, and if I start posting at 6 p.m. at night, then I'll get the people that are active maybe they work night shifts or whatever. Maybe they have a different shift, and they'll be more likely to come see my stream at that time. Versus if you look on the internet and see which time would be best, the internet's going to say, well, post at 6 in the morning. That way you can get as much likes as possible all throughout the day.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely agree with there being like optimal times, and it Pods mentioned, it varies on the audience. For me, I've had like a pretty consistent amount of likes on all my pictures and views on the videos, and I think it's great about like Instagram is great because like the posts linger on people's timelines, right?
Right.
They won't actually go away. I think before. It would be like your timeline would be filled from like what's the latest thing that was posted, and it would just get covered from whatever post was after that, and it would just get, it would just kind of keep piling on until like the post reaches the bottom, right, where nobody can see it. Now it's kind of weird because you could open up Instagram and the first 2 things you might see will be recent, but the third thing that you see might be from like a post like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. It's really weird how that works. I think they might have changed like an algorithm with how they display things on your timeline, but that's like the great thing about Instagram is you don't necessarily have to be posting like every day. It's still good to post at optimal times depending on what you see in your analytics tracking, but that content will be there forever, and it'll always be noticed.
Right. It's a little like YouTube per se. Like you put a YouTube video, you post an Instagram photo, like the content is relevant for a lot longer than a Twitter post or even a live stream would be. So it's really encouraging because I don't post. I post a lot on Instagram, but not as much as I should. But I still see the follows come in. There's still people that are coming by and seeing it and following. Versus if you don't stream on Twitch, you're not really going to get followers.
Right. Instagram now displays sponsored and popular content above people you follow. That was done a little while ago. Yeah, I definitely noticed that. I think I talked about that earlier. You'll definitely see like sponsored content. Sometimes from actual like, Instagram users, they'll do sponsored content. And it's not like a typical like Instagram post where they put like a disclosure in the description.
Yeah.
It'll actually show up right below their username where it says like, hey, like this post is sponsored by whatever the company is, and if you click on that, it leads to a product.
Yeah, and that's really good because it's making it very clear to your audience that this was paid, right? Versus something on Twitter, if they don't put like a hashtag ad, or you might not even know what hashtag ad means, you don't really know if they got paid. You don't know if this is like, I don't know. It's like it's not as authentic and transparent. So we're definitely fans of the way that Instagram does it. You can do a sponsored post, or you can do a sponsored Instagram story. Those are both benefits of having an Instagram business account. Another cool thing that I just recently learned is that if you tag a company and say like this is paid partnership with Lego, Lego's Instagram is going to get the analytics on their side of your post. So you don't have to like worry about sending screenshots or doing that reporting because they get that too.
And that's very awesome, and it's great for companies, and it's another reason why, like Pastor Jebediah says, is there really that many people looking for content creators on Instagram?
Cool.
Definitely yes. Everyone who creates posts on Instagram is considered a content creator in my book, because you're just creating content on Instagram, and because of that, what they look for is a lot of companies will look at people who have, this actually lines up with our third topic, curating your Instagram profile. People will actually look for curated Instagram profiles, meaning like profiles that are centered around like a certain hobby, a certain industry, or whatever that person's interested in. Like I was talking about earlier, right? I follow like streetwear on Instagram. So sometimes people will have like Instagram profiles. And hi, Frisk, how are you doing?
Hi, Frisk.
Good to see you. Will you be at TwitchCon? Yes, you will. Probably. But yeah, people will see like curated Instagram profiles, and they'll notice that like some guy who wears streetwear every day and takes really good pictures of himself like wearing great outfits. he would seem like a great fit for their brand. So there's opportunity there, right? They would be looking to sponsor him. They would be looking to, maybe have him do some reviews of their product or wearing their product in front of his, Instagram audience, which is already probably a bunch of people who are into looking at that type of stuff.
Agree. And Oliver posted a good example in the chat if you want to click on that. That is something Ava just did. She's working with Hot Pockets, and that is an example of the thing that says paid partnership with Hot Pockets on there. Mm-hmm. Very transparent. Zach is just talking about himself. Zach does like the streetwear.
I'm not talking about myself. What the heck?
Do you have a streetwear Instagram we should know about?
Oliver's a crazy person. No, I do not. I haven't posted on my Instagram for a while, but I feel like I do have a curated Instagram because I think it's more of like my lifestyle type of thing. But yeah, like kind of like how people, some people have Instagrams about their streams. Some people have Instagrams about their lives. Mine's more of like a lifestyle type of thing. Yeah. I like to go eat. I like to go take good pictures. I like to travel, all that fun stuff. Listen to music.
So would you say that like you like to keep your feed curated, but like maybe like Instagram stories you'll just like post whatever?
Yeah, actually that's like you bring something up that's really cool is my Instagram account. I'll definitely like curate it and make sure that it's content that I want to be there as like permanently. I'll often like put like high quality photos for my posts, but everything for my story will usually be like I don't know, like some random shit I'm doing on a certain day. Yeah. Just me screwing around, me cooking, I don't know, me yelling at a camera.
It's probably not a good idea to have more than one Instagram account though. Only if you're going very highly specialized. Like if you have like an account that's only posting food. But for streamers, I wouldn't suggest more than one, no. Somebody asked if businesses are actually looking to work on Instagram. 100% yes. 100%. I work with one of our clients is very heavily involved with Instagram. That would be Haley Nick. I would say about 70% of the emails that come in for her are about Instagram. Most of them don't even know that she's a streamer. If you go check out her Instagram, it's highly curated. It shows her like as like a fashion influencer, as a gamer, as a mom, and there's just tons of people that want to work with her because she is so professional and curated. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely that opportunity. Even me, I only have like 3,500 followers. I've been sent like boxes and t-shirts because they want me to show it on my feed. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot easier to get started and start doing promotional work in Instagram than I would say on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Our idea here is that you want to mesh the two and make them mutually beneficial. Businesses are looking at Insta. A friend of mine got his picture of his on the Apple billboard. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Did they pay him for it though? Or did they just steal his photo?
So Chosen One says personal and professional because, you don't want fans making comments about your friends' kids. I think with this, there's special cases for it. I think if you're already in a spot where your Instagram is already like more of like a personal life thing where you interact with like friends and family, I think at that point it would be a good idea to start a completely new Instagram account. But I think like if you're just starting out, you have like no followers on your Instagram account, you have nothing else to do, and if you're a content creator especially, make your personal account your business account as well, just because that account will be focused on you as an individual and less about like family and all that stuff.
I agree. When I went to the Pods of War persona, and like a whole bunch of streamers will do this, you want to start with a fresh new Instagram, a fresh new Twitter, because there's not really like, you don't want people to find old posts that you might have done in your like less wise years. Mm-hmm. But also Instagram also has location-based services. So even though like, oh, I've never posted my location, mm-hmm. something to ask is, does your family post their location? Can people that are sleuthing through your Instagram find out who your family is? Are you both tagged in photos? So that's definitely a conversation that you want to have with your family. Like, hey, don't tag my gaming account and when you want to post like our family Christmas photo, because then they're going to find out where you go to church on Sunday. You know,
it really also just depends on the type of content you create or what you really want out there, right? Some people prefer personal lives. Some people they want to share them, like living the good life. They want to share themselves hanging out with friends and stuff like that, and going out having a good time. Like I feel like I'm one of those people who's very open about like what I do and where I go. If I post, like if I want to hang out somewhere in LA or if I'm going to E3, then I'll post a picture of myself at E3, tagging where I'm at and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not a content creator, but I would say like it just really depends on what you want to put out there. I know Haley Nick has a really good Instagram. I think she's got about like 35,000 plus followers on her Instagram, and a lot of her content on there is like really like high quality photos. I would consider it curated because it's her personal life. You actually don't see a lot of stuff about her streaming on there. Like you don't see a whole lot of like pictures of her like setting up her stream like on her Instagram profile because it's curated to be a lifestyle Instagram.
Right. Hi Lucky.
Lucky.
Hi Sparrow. Hi Molten. Mbop. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream.
I think Molten was asking if we talked about business profiles already.
Which we did.
We did.
Yeah.
We definitely talked about it. It was just kind of like, it's worth, if you're a content creator, it's worth, branching out into a business profile and being able to see your analytics and track a bunch of different things. And it makes your Instagram profile look more professional to people who might be wanting to work with you.
Yeah. So one thing that we sort of touched on, and that's that a strong Instagram following can help increase the value of a sponsored stream package. One thing that we've started to do is like, let's say a company wants to work with you for a Twitch live stream. Let's say it's like maybe a con. So maybe you're going to the convention and they're paying you to stream at their booth. They sell a product and maybe you're doing a meet and greet or something. You can pitch to them and be like, hey, have you thought about Instagram? I do some sponsored posts there. I could post on my story, this is my rate, and I will announce to everybody that I'm going to be there and invite them all to come visit. So that's another way to sort of like upsell, add on Instagram as a package to your other existing work. And they'll probably just be like, hey, we didn't even think about that. You do have a lot of Instagram followers that maybe need to know ahead of time to come visit you than you just streaming at the con. Let's go ahead and do that. So it's always good to be diversified and add on all those things.
Oh yeah. When it comes to curating your profile, I think I guess a good tip on actually creating content is to be a little bit more consistent with your posts. I think, in my opinion, what kind of like makes like Instagram content weird is when people just take bad pictures, right? If you're like, I think it's I mean, taking a bad picture is purely subjective most of the time, but like you'll definitely see a difference between like a very high quality photo that people took time and effort to take versus a picture of my foot in terrible lighting.
I would probably unfollow you.
It's just dangling off my office chair. Exactly. If I took foot pics, then people would probably unfollow me.
I'm like, what's going on here, Zach?
I think keeping your Instagram, your Instagram profile curated, that's awesome, and that's kind of what Instagram stories do now, right? Like Instagram stories, they don't have to be high quality photos. They could be like really bad quality photos because they're there for a certain amount of time. A lot of people actually look through stories, and you can see how many people viewed it. And it just goes away after like I think 24 hours, or however long you want to go away. But when you view somebody else's profile and you see all the images below their profile, which are posts, that's when you'll look through them and just be like, hey, this person like takes really good pictures. You know, I can just by looking and skimming through like the thousands of photos they've taken, it's really consistent, and you can kind of judge like what type of Instagram profile you'll be following.
Yeah. Also, when you were saying that, you reminded me of something that you can do. When you go to the profile, you're not only going to see all those photos Zach talked about, but you can also now have highlights of stories. So really good Instagrams have like different story sections that they add on to. And it's just another way for people that are checking out your profile the first time to be like, okay, what is Zach about? He has all of his food stories in one. He has his like streetwear stories in his other. I don't know. You got some. You should like do like a highlight series on all the cool sneakers you bring to the office.
Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, I like sneakers.
He does.
A little bit too much. It kind of hurts. But yeah, like I think there's just a ton of different things you can do. Like some people do food Instagrams. I think something really interesting that I saw the other day was a Business Insider video from Andrew Zimmer about like what he thinks about Yelp and like how he discovers like fun places to go to eat, right? So he talked about like, you know, going to Yelp and just hating it when it comes to finding like great places to eat, because you know Yelp reviews are extremely subjective and are all about like, you know, it could be about service, they could have a bad experience. But what he talked about was like the way he finds restaurants and great places to go to is he'll follow like a bunch of chefs, right? He'll follow his favorite chefs, and then he'll look at their Instagram photos and look at the pictures of food, and you know he'll basically look at pictures of food until he sees a place that just looks really consistent. Check out their Instagram profile, and from there he'll decide like, hey, I want to go to this place because you know Instagram is influencing me to go here because of how awesome it looks.
Oh, I don't go to a new restaurant without looking at their Instagram or their Yelp page, because like I need to know I need to check out their pictures and see what they're offering.
Definitely, and that's just kind of like a weird example, but yeah,
the generation these days.
Yeah, just, you know, looking at the content, right? Looking at pictures of things is always nice. Hello, Druid's Fire.
We talked about Druids. We talked about being consistent. As a streamer, you also need to find ways to Instagram. It's so many words. Instagram.
Words are hard.
Integrate your Instagram with your stream. So, one thing, have a chat bot running with your Instagram in the chat so people can click on it and follow you. Another way is to literally take a browser capture or window capture of your Instagram and put it on the stream. I have a friend that like when he's trying to shout out another streamer, just puts the streamer's Instagram on the stream or puts like your own Instagram on the stream. And then also record going live posts during your stream. We talked about that. But these are all ways to sort of pitch to your Twitch to cross-pollinate your audience into Instagram. You also want to have a panel below that links your Instagram. I would say even have like its own dedicated image. Some people have like a social image with all the links. I would say have like a Twitter image, Instagram image.
Yeah. You know, you could even like if you're a streamer, you could even do something like, here's like the hashtag of the week, right? Start a hashtag of the week on Monday.
That's genius.
Right? And when you create that hashtag of the week on Friday, you could like kind of go through like the Instagram posts that have used your hashtag and, you know, show pictures of your audience that have engaged with that hashtag on your stream. And it just seems like a really cool idea, right? Because, you know, like one, you're engaging your audience. Two, like the audience is happy because, you know, if they aren't posting anything crazy, they get to be on your stream for a bit. And three, I think it's similar to like, you know, if you go to a Padres game, right? If you go to if you go to like a baseball game, sorry if you're not a Padres fan, but if you go to a baseball game and you look at the billboard, there's like stuff you can do on Instagram, right? You take a picture of yourself while you're at the baseball game, and then you do like hashtag like, I don't know, Petco Park, and then, you know, there's that possibility of your image like ending up on that billboard. And that's something you can do with your stream too. Just because, you know, like I said, it engages your audience, and it's just like a fun little thing you can do to cross pollinate, you know, Instagram with Twitch.
That's a really good idea. I used to do something similar on community night. I know that's like popular with streamers, is to have a community night. So one thing that you could do, like you could integrate that, bring up the feed and just be like, oh, hey, Zach from our community went to a Padre game. How was it? And then Oliver went to the haunted house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're integrating your community with your stream, and then like end it with like, okay, now we're playing community-based games, so maybe we're playing Jackbox or something multiplayer. And then when you go offline, you guys can all do like a movie night together.
Yeah, I should stop sharing my ideas with you guys. You guys are gonna steal my ideas for your streams.
Oh, are you
I'm planning
keeping
on
it super
doing it.
secret for when you're a streamer?
Yeah, I'm gonna be the #1 hit Instagram streamer on Twitch.
Maybe when you're less busy.
Yeah, when I'm probably.
You're so busy.
Yeah.
When do you have time to stream?
Probably never.
I guess we're streaming now, so, you know. Dodgers, D-backs. Oh gosh. Pod racing.
Pod racing.
I can't. Words are hard, guys.
No, this is pod racing.
You don't need to be able to speak right to be a streamer. IGTV is like a whole other.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure how they even like choose people to be on it. I'm not sure if it's random.
Anyone can post to it.
Anybody can post to it?
Yeah. It's just not a lot of people have taken advantage of it. I have seen a couple of streamers. Darkness429 is one that does this. He'll like cut up his streams and put it on IGTV. I think it's better than doing nothing. I think it's a good idea, but I do think that it should be curated a little bit more towards Instagram. You can't just like take a YouTube and slap it on IGTV and like hope it works.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times like a sponsored post by Professor Broman has popped up on my Instagram feed.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's a lot. Like, I follow Professor Broman on Instagram.
I don't.
And it's really funny to me because like I'll just be, you know, like I don't really expect to see a lot of like streaming content on my timeline, even though I follow a lot of streamers on there. But like I'll definitely just be scrolling down, and then all of a sudden I'll see like a sponsored post by Professor Broman, and it's him like getting like a 5 kill streak on Destiny 2 or something.
Nice.
It's interesting. It's a promoted post, actually. Promoted post, not a sponsored post.
Oh.
Right.
So he's paying for you to see him.
Yep.
It works, guys.
It works.
It works. Instagram knows that Zach likes streamers in Twitch and Destiny. And was like,
they know everything.
Let's throw Broman at him. Maybe he'll follow. So have you followed him or no?
Broman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been following him.
You know.
I think that's the reason why his post came up. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
Okay. Should we move to number 4? We already talked about this. Oh no, it's Q&A. I thought we were on curating your profile.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you guys have any
I'm all over the
questions, like,
place
please
here.
feel free to ask them. Even if you've already talked about those questions, we can always go back and, you know, answer your questions as best as we can. You know, other than that, I guess we'll just be rambling. I think we talked about integrating Instagram with your stream. You know, Instagram promotional posts, stuff like that. Again, a reminder: take really good pictures.
Take
follow,
good pictures.
Follow things that you like. Follow people that you like, and like kind of get an idea of how you want to run your Instagram profile. Excuse me.
I would also say to go in and like by hashtag. Go in and like if you play a lot of Fortnite, go to like Fortnite memes and just like a whole bunch of posts. I guess people could say that's cheating, but like that's one way that people find you, because you're not going to show up organically in people's timelines. If you go out and if you like, maybe if you see something really cool and you comment something that's like really engaging and other people start commenting back to you, then that's another way to get in front of people.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, just because Instagram is focused on pictures and there's comments, not kind of like Twitter where you can reply to a tweet and engage with people. Definitely comment on things that you like, and try to speak to the creator of the post, even if they don't reply, right? I know my stepdad he's an artist. He does a lot of artwork, and he follows a lot of local San Diego artists. What he'll do is he likes to follow artists that he likes, and comment on it. Like he'll say stuff like, "Oh, I really love the ballpoint penmanship on this piece of art." And then what they'll do is they'll look at the comment and they'll make a choice like, "Oh, that's really cool. I wonder who this guy is," or completely ignore it. If they wonder who you are and want to learn more about you, they just tap on your name and they'll immediately see what type of, the type of content that you're creating on your Instagram. So my stepdad actually posts his own art on his profile. So when the artists actually, checked his profile and saw that he was an artist as well, they followed each other. And then eventually, I guess they started working with each other, and it was super weird. I came home one day and there was like a package at my front door, and it said for Instagram friend, and then it had his Instagram username on there, and I was like, what? I've never seen anything come in from an Instagram user in the mail.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you can definitely pull off some networking and some friendships on Instagram, just like how you can do on Twitter.
Definitely. One thing that's going on lately is Inktober. So if you look up hashtag Inktober, it's this idea that all of these artists during October, they get a challenge every single day, and you post your drawing on Instagram. I have an artist friend who's been doing this every day and says he's got about 200 followers in the past 10 days.
Wow.
So if you find those types of challenges, people are going to find you because that's a very popular hashtag for this month. I would also say seasonal things like hashtag Halloween, hashtag fall, October. There's websites that you can look at and find out what the most popular hashtags are, because it's people are excited. I'm excited about fall and dressing up, and we're going to a haunted house today because we're we're in the spooky mood.
Oh yeah.
So that again, another great way. Instagram is huge for artists because they share their art and their work.
Oh yeah.
And they all support each other. So if you can find a micro community like that, it'd be really good for growth. I saw a question from Audrey. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yes, but we lost it.
No, I wrote it down because I'm smart. So Audrey asked how to get a photo from the PC over to Instagram, and there were a couple of good suggestions in the chat. I personally use a website called later.com. It's literally later.com. And this is what I use to schedule my Instagram posts as well as post from the PC automatically to my Instagram. It's free. All you have to do is set up the auths for it, because I have an Android phone. And one downplay about this is when I post to Instagram, the photo doesn't look as good as when it does in my phone, because it's resizing. I don't know what it's doing. So what I do is I upload it to later.com. I set the time that I want it to post. I set the comment and the hashtags, and it literally just posts for me. So great question. If you are uploading more than 30 photos a month, which is a heavy Instagram user, then you'll have to pay for it. But if you're just doing one photo a day, you can set it all up. One time I went to, I sat down on a Sunday and I planned out all of my Throwback Thursday photos. And I just got old photos that were already in my camera roll and set up every Thursday. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm set for those posts at least. They're just gonna auto run. And then you wake up in the morning, you're like, why do I have so many Instagram comments? Oh yeah, it posted for me. You can use Later for clips if you pay. I don't think you can do video on the free account. We also had a question from Oliver. This is the last segment, by the way, of our stream. So if you guys want to ask a question, now is the time while we're answering the other ones. I forgot what Oliver's question was. It says post/document here. Oh, Oliver was saying that he has Instagram anxiety.
Oh, okay.
Oftentimes he doesn't know what to post or doesn't want to post on Instagram because it's not curated, it's not nice enough. To that, I would say, if you follow someone like Gary Vee, who's a business entrepreneur.
Love Gary Vee.
Isn't he amazing?
He's awesome. I love Gary Vee.
He's so great. So if I channel him and I think about what he would say, he would say, just document your life. Don't worry about, quality until you are in the mode of doing it every day. I think it's more important for you to be posting consistently and start building that audience and falling in love with the routine and you doing it, and then you can focus on making it like curated. You can't just expect to be like this amazing Instagram account out of the bat.
Yeah, Oliver, just take pictures of your cat.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got pets. Just take pictures of your pets. One thing I actually have seen people do, and I think it was really effective, and I actually thought it was really cool when I saw the end of it, was I had maybe 2 or 3 friends 2 years ago when, you know, like their Instagrams were fairly new. They started Instagram year challenge. And what they actually do is they make sure they take a picture every day. And in the description, they mark it. Like it kind of forces you to take a picture every day, right? If you accept this challenge. So in the description, it will say like 1 out of 365. I've started my Instagram year challenge. I'm gonna make sure I take a picture every single day. And it's really cool with what I've seen because it forces you to take a picture every single day, unless you want to drop the challenge. But then you're not really challenging yourself, are you? But yeah, like by doing this challenge, it forces you to take a picture every single day, and to even add a little bit of more difficulty and fun to that challenge is make sure that for your 365-day Instagram challenge, you're taking high quality photos. It could be of anything. Like I remember. Like it was like a super rainy day. My friend didn't go outside, didn't leave his house, so we just took a really high quality photo of him like inside his house, looking outside, wishing he could go outside.
Aww.
And I was like, and the description was like, I don't know, like 82 out of 365. I wish I didn't go outside today, but it's raining and it's beautiful. You know, it's a pretty cool idea if you want to boost your Instagram and if you want to. You know, add a little bit more pictures to your profile. And I think by doing a challenge like that, there's also room for growth because some people want to see more.
Yeah.
And then you could look back at it and be like, holy shit, like I posted a picture every single day for an entire year.
That's impressive. I like that idea. Let's see. Molten says, how many hashtags should I use in my post? We talked about this earlier. Instagram isn't going to recognize more than 10. So I would say anywhere from 3 to 10, and you can do it in the comment section, not the caption. Omid looks so different. Is it the beard? Yeah, Omid shaved his beard.
Yeah.
Omid is off at meetings today, so he's not here.
Yeah.
So we're taking
Kicked him out.
over.
Get out of here.
Let us talk about Instagram.
Yeah. It's our turn.
365 pictures of your kitty. I have some kitty Instagrams. I'm blanking on the name, but there is like the most gorgeous cat that I follow.
Oh my goodness.
And I love it.
Yeah, I've seen people create Instagrams for their pets, and they'll like write in like the first person like, oh, I'm a dog. Like look at me, I'm doing dog stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially if you're a streamer that like has your pet on the screen. 100%. I think it's good to have a pet Instagram. And imagine like your pet. You get a picture from like your pet's perspective of you, and it's like, my master's getting ready to stream, which means I'm not going to be fed for 5 hours.
I've definitely seen those.
That would be awesome. Caesar salad. There you go, Audrey.
I love Caesar salad.
Can you set up Instagram for your new kitty? She's amazing. I think Caesar salad has taken over Audrey's Instagram content.
Caesar salad is adorable. I almost, like Audrey almost made me adopt a cat. I went to Petco.
Yeah, what happened?
I read like the requirements for the paper, and it was like, does your landlord know you're getting a pet? It was like, does your family know you're getting a pet? And I was like, no. And I was like, I probably can't adopt a cat.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you just got to tell them, and then you can have the cat.
Yeah, but my landlord won't allow cats.
Oh.
I was hoping to do it very sneakily, but I would understand
Sneakily.
that would piss my landlord off. But it's okay. Eventually. Maybe someday.
Someday. I just want to borrow cats, or maybe like be like a foster cat mom. That way I could just have like 6 kittens at a time and then be like, okay, I'm done with having cats for now.
What if you bond with one though?
Ugh.
And you're gonna be like, I don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah. I don't want to think about that.
You
That's her full name, Caesar Salad Lennon.
Ooh.
Wow.
Man, that's such a cool last name. I wish my last name was gonna be Lennon.
Does OPG allow pets in the office? Only on Fridays.
Yes. I've taken my dog.
We could show
Nell.
them Nelly.
We've got Nelly in the office.
Nelly, you want to come say hi to the stream, Nelly?
I've had, I think Kiko joined us on stream one day for office hours. That was real cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
she
took a
just walked
picture with
around.
that fluffy little dog. Remember? That was our picture. No, it was me and Oliver.
It was Oliver. Just because you think we look the same.
No! Wow!
This got weird.
Wow.
This got weird.
Wait, there was somebody. Okay, to be fair, there was somebody in the chat earlier that asked if we were related.
Oh.
Me and you.
No.
I don't see it, no.
Probably not.
You probably can't see how dark I actually am with these lights on. I am not being racist.
She's being racist. You're
I
being
thought-
racist.
Nellie's too shy to come on the stream, but we do
Nelly.
have a dog named Nellie here.
Well,
That is
Nelly.
Josh's doggy.
Yeah. Josh is our accountant, by the way. He never watches the stream ever.
Are we gonna put Josh on the stream?
We should. We should.
I
Put him
feel
on the
like
stream.
Josh would be down for a stream.
Sometimes I wish Josh was watching the stream.
How do you know he's not?
Because he's not.
Well,
Come on.
Audrey is, and like, he's right next to Audrey.
Josh, you're not watching the stream.
He definitely can hear.
Why aren't you watching the stream, Josh?
She does look like a Jasmine. Okay. So if we don't have any.
Oh, Josh is watching.
What? How
He
do you
is
know?
watching.
OPG Josh? That's your Twitch.
That's
That's your
funny.
Twitch name. That's amazing. Imagine if they made us change our names to OPG. OPG Zach.
I feel like Josh's Twitch name should be Josh Josherson.
Josh Josherson. That's hard to say.
Or like the letter R and then the letter U and then Josh and me. Get it? Like are you Josh and me?
Wow.
Yeah. No.
This is like that joke. That was like a 2008
I am a
joke.
fountain of amazing ideas today.
The Josh Show. Remember we were gonna have the Amanda Show before Amanda left, and then we were gonna dance around
Don't
as
say that
lobsters.
name anymore.
Okay. If you guys have no more questions, then we are going to take off and end the show. We hope you guys enjoyed the Instagram episode. We'll be back next week talking about TwitchCon.
Yep, TwitchCon.
Who's excited? So can we see Nelly? That's a question for Josh. She's very shy. I don't think that she would come out here. Nelly, the dog?
Bring her out.
Bring her.
I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Do you have anything else to say? I ran out of things to say.
Yeah, I'm good. No,
Okay.
I'm done. I don't have anything else to say.
We are going to go on an employee event. We're going to go scare Zach.
Oh, I get anxiety with these things. I love it, but I get anxiety.
You don't like scary things?
I love scary things. Like I love like Universal Studios Hollywood Horror Nights.
Yeah.
But I just get anxiety.
Yeah. Why doesn't OPG post on Instagram? It's a good question.
Follow me on Instagram.
Maybe we should have an Instagram.
Yes. All right. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.